What's going on, Doe fam? Back with another video. Hope you guys have been doing well. For today's video, it's a massive one. We finally got that massive Ethereum breakout. It's looking really like closer than ever that we're actually going to hit that 4K region. And I've been telling you guys, look, this 4K region is a magnet. And I would not be surprised in the next month or so, it will be tagged. Looking at the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart as well, like we're going straight towards that 29K region like I've been telling you guys. I do expect some turbulence at this 29K region once it's tagged. We're probably going to tag it this week at this rate. And once we do tag that, I do expect some resistance to be hit and some consolidations. But yeah, so without further ado, I'm Dope Oxide. I make content on YouTube, X, and CoinMarketCap. So be sure to follow those pages and be sure to follow those channels. But let's get right into it. First of all, for liquidations, we had a decent amount of liquidations on the short side. Total was 420 mil, which is quite significant. And when it comes to the liquidation heat map, we're actually having a lot of liquidations getting built up on both sides. So I do expect volatility to increase this week. And we actually have a lot at 120k that actually got missed and didn't get swept. So let's see where we go. But we have a lot of liquidations like range bound at the 100, pretty much the 118 down to the low 116k region. When it comes to long-short ratio, it's starting to trend lower. We'll see where that goes. Obviously, I've been telling you guys, for the daily at least, I do expect a breakout to occur. And yeah, it's actually looking like we're actually breaking out. As you guys can see, I'll just chart this up quickly. It looked like we were going to squeeze, and that squeeze is actually occurring now. So we've actually broken out. Let's see if this is continuation to the upside. I do suspect this will be continuation just on the basis that I really do think that Bitcoin is going to have a massive run to 150k probably by August. And if that is to occur, we can expect the long-short ratio to increase with it as well. Next up is Ethereum to Bitcoin. Of course, I told you guys, we've been consolidating for the past few months in this massive range. And we finally had that breakout, we had that retest, and now we're going straight towards that 29K region. And I do expect that 29K region to get probably hit this week now. And of course, seeing this breakout, you can just see how many tokens on base chain are actually sprouting in life. Toshi actually went up to that key 7.6 region, and we actually had a breakout on the Toshi chart. So as you guys can see, we're actually breaking out from this downtrend. This downtrend has been put in place since Toshi actually hit $1 billion market cap back in January 2025, which is absolutely huge. If we do get that 3-day close above it, if I go to the 3-day close on, so going back to Dex Screener, it's actually looking massive here. And I've been telling you guys, look, once we get that break above, I do expect continuation and acceleration to the upside for Toshi. And I do expect this to continue as long as Ethereum stays in this uptrend and Ethereum to Bitcoin chart looks great. Because, it's just looking like base chain is really kicking off and base season will occur. Especially with today's announcement. If I go to Twitter, Coinbase actually announced that they're going to be rebranding the Coinbase wallet. Actually, wrong page. So Coinbase wallet will be rebranding to the base name, and this just tells me that Coinbase is really going to start pushing base chain as a whole for this bull cycle. And they're actually doing a live stream. It's starting now, and if I see the post, I can't find the post, but basically what's happened now is the Coinbase Smart Wallet has been rebranded to Base. And this just tells me clearly that base chain is their main focus as it stands right now, which of course will help our base native token assets like Toshi, Alien Base, etc. Next up is the Total 3 chart. Total 3 is looking like it's continuation, and we're just going straight towards that previous high. So I do expect turbulence to be hit at around the 1 trillion area, but it's looking really good as it stands right now. And pretty much, I guess the verdict is your altcoins should be ramping up. If they aren't already ramping up, I would definitely look to rotate once they do, because it just means they're probably a laggard, unless there's a specific scenario happening with those coins. Stock market still trading sideways, which is good to see. I do expect crypto to take the focus from institutions, and of course with the stock market going boring right now, a lot of people will be rotating to crypto. Toshi, so pretty much all we have to be waiting for now is that Toshi close above this downtrend. The 12-hour looks like it's going to close above, but for Dex Screen at least, let's see where it goes for the 3-day. I believe, the 3-day closes in about 48 hours or so. And if that is to occur, I expect continuation to happen. And of course, looking at this RSI is pretty much the kingmaker of where Toshi is going to go. If we do get that close above, it doesn't necessarily mean the 3-day RSI will. So we're just going to have to wait a little bit longer for that 3-day RSI to actually break out. Probably sometime either this weekend or next week, we actually see that occur. And if we do, look, it's looking like Toshi is going straight to all-time highs. And I do expect other bullish catalysts to come up, like whatever Coinbase does with Base Chain, as well as more central listings around Toshi. Next up is Alien Base. Alien Base finally broke out of that mid-range. If you guys look at my Twitter, I actually did a post on Alien Base yesterday. And looking back, let me see what the post is. I pretty much just said, yeah, so I pretty much said, if we break above this mid-range, which I drew up here, I do expect acceleration to the upside, which was the 6-3 key region. And we actually broke 6-3 last night. And look at that. We just popped above. I want to see continuation now to the upper range of this accumulation range at the 17 mil area. And if we ever do close above, we're going straight to probably 50 cents or so. And I do expect that to be the real move for Alien Base. As you guys can see, this looked like a fake out to me. And we just went back down below to accumulation range to reaccumulate. And really, like, the ideal scenario now is for the next run to the upside to not be a fake out and actually a nice little retest and continuation to the upside. But of course, early days, we only just broke out the mid-range today. We haven't had that daily close yet. So let's see where it goes. But it's looking really good for Alien Base. And of course, we're actually popping our head out of the risk to reward box. So of course, if we do have a retest of this mid-range, that's probably your last time to get a really good position in for Alien Base. And I would have to say now, time is ticking now for Alien Base. You guys are definitely like getting squeezed out on time. I've been telling you guys pretty much the past few months, you guys definitely had enough time to accumulate Alien Base. But it's getting there. Like the microcaps on Base Chain are really starting to move, especially with Base Chain. I do expect Base Chain and Coinbase announce with their new app, rebranding, that people and retail will be able to purchase any base native token on their Coinbase wallet, which just tells me that the ease and friction would disappear and people will be buying Alien Base and smaller microcaps much easier now, which will of course allow more liquidity and inflows to flow right into those base native token assets like Alien Base, etc. Next up is the chart I've never shown you guys before. This is the Altcoin Season Index. And this is something really to note for you guys because generally this actually times the tops for markets. And I will be monitoring you guys and relaying what I see on these charts. But as it stands right now, we're actually starting to ramp up to the altcoin season area. And as you guys can see, every time we've had the acceleration, it has not lasted very long. So we're starting to see the acceleration. Ideally, what happens is the next 2 months is altcoin season, and I do expect a little consolidation in that altcoin season phase, just because I really do think more than likely this run up we're having right now may just be the final leg in this bull cycle. And if it is, it's more than likely going to be a slow grind up in that altcoin season era, which will give us another additional 1 or 2 months or so in peak altcoin euphoria, which is obviously good, but it just tells you guys, look, we're sort of running out of time. And if you guys aren't accumulated in really strong projects like Alien Base, Toshi, etc. already, it's actually really bad for you guys. I really do think that we're running out of time in this bull cycle, and end of year will start showing cracks for the bear market. But nonetheless, still early days in this final leg up to the upside, because when it comes to the final drive for bull cycles, usually it's like 90% of the gains you actually make, and that's usually the final 3 months of the bull cycle. So yeah, so if I was to draw it up, it'd probably go straight up from here, maybe a little dip, and then up, and then grind sideways. Obviously, this is not drawn for time, but if I was to estimate, probably in the next 3 months or so, we have a full cycle. And of course, Ethereum will probably more than likely be way over 4K, probably over all-time highs, just the way it's performing as it stands right now, especially with Ethereum to Bitcoin breaking out. And if we do get that 2.9 breakout, pretty much the next major resistance is the 4K region, and that 4K region tells me that Ethereum will definitely be in all-time highs, especially if Bitcoin actually makes a new all-time high in the next month or so. So I do expect once this resistance gets broken, it is an indicator for me to tell me that, look, Ethereum is probably going to head into all-time highs, which is a very exciting times because Toshi and Alien Base is already benefiting from this. Like, look at this. Ethereum's up like 10%. But Toshi's up 20% and Alien Base is up 28%. This just tells me Alien Base and Toshi are clear high betas to Ethereum. Base Chain's a clear high beta to Ethereum. And I've told you guys, look, all you guys have to throw is a dart at any base chain ecosystem token. As long as it's building legitimate stuff and isn't a rug, it's going to do well. So you guys can't really miss when it comes to the base chain ecosystem, especially with Coinbase really pushing the base narrative for this bull cycle. I expect base native tokens to really pop off. But yeah, so that's all to the video, guys. Super exciting times. Ethereum's finally breaking out. 4.1k is the key region. If we get a break above that, we're going straight to all-time highs. But that's all to the video, guys. If you guys like the video, like and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys want me to cover any other tokens. I know you guys wanted to cover other tokens like OKA, etc. So I will start be covering the smaller tokens. But yeah, so that's all to the video, guys. Have a good one. Have a good day. Peace.